Please be seated. Isaac Ehrlich, Mace Bearer, SUNY Distinguished Professor, UB Distinguished Professor, and Melvin H. Baker Professor of American Enterprise in the School of Management, will officially open the ceremony. Professor Ehrlich.
Thank you. President Tripathi, the graduates, the candidates for degree, the faculty, the staff, and the parents, families, and friends of the graduates are now assembled. I hereby declare this commencement of the University at Buffalo to be open.
Thank you, Professor Ehrlich. Welcome to our 2019 graduating program, honoring this year's recipients of graduate degrees from the University at Buffalo School of Management. We're here to offer our personal congratulations to our students, as well as their families and friends. Before we go on, I would like to ask any veterans and those serving in the armed forces who are here today to please stand. On behalf of the University at Buffalo and the School of Management, we thank you for your service. Today, we recognize the accomplishments of our graduates, as well as their potential for achievement and success in the years beyond. You're a source of pride and optimism for us all. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able and join Wes Richter, Master of Business Administration, class of 2013, in singing the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. The lyrics can be found in the printed program on page 18.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to welcome Satish K. Tripathi, President of the University at Buffalo, as well as Vice Presidents and Vice Provosts, distinguished guests, faculty, and staff who are joining us in this ceremony. It is now my distinct pleasure to invite President Tripathi to the lectern.
Good evening. To all our guests, welcome to the University at Buffalo. It is wonderful to have you with us to celebrate this joyous occasion. While your graduate has benefited from many academic mentors, it is you, proud family members and friends, who have served as your graduate's life mentor. So before the degrees are conferred, I would like to thank all of you for everything you have done to make this moment possible. And now, at last, here it is. Graduates, you have reached a major milestone. And I'm so excited to be among the first to congratulate you, the School of Management graduate class of 2019, on this wonderful achievement. It is cause for elation and celebration. It is the moment when everything crystallizes: your toil, your determination, your perseverance. You're about to have that well-earned diploma in hand, and with it, I suspect, a sense of great fulfillment in your heart. At the same time, it is my sincere hope that your UB education has reinforced our collective value of humility in public service. As member of a public research university, we seek to discover and innovate, not for self-glorification and self-aggrandizement, but so we may contribute to the greater good. Serving meaningfully has always been the centerpiece of UB's mission. We embrace service before self. We are guided by the principle of informed, engaged citizenship as the antidote to indifference. And when we engage with others, we are not compelled to impose our views upon them. Rather, we listen to each other respectfully, even when we disagree. That is the essence of humility. It is selfless rather than self-seeking. Let's be clear. Humility does not prevent us from having lofty ambitions. Rather, it helps us achieve lofty ambitions without having a lofty views of ourselves. Increasingly, humility is recognized as the differentiator between a good leader and a great leader. Indeed, our own UB researchers have found that the most effective leaders are humble leaders. If we appreciate that we don't have all the answers, we are open and eager to learn from others. We are intellectually curious. We welcome the contrarian viewpoints. We collaborate without bias. With true humility, we are able to fulfill our civic responsibility. Class of 2019, in preparing you to lead effectively and ethically in our 21st century world, we have seen you put this virtue and value into action. Among many examples, you have done this by mentoring veterans and providing leadership experience to enhance their career opportunities, contributing to Buffalo's economy by developing innovative startups, and offering pro bono consulting services to community organizations. Like your friends and loved ones, we're very proud of all that you have accomplished at UB. And we look forward to seeing the impact of all your accomplishments moving forward. Graduates, today's ceremony, you conclude a significant passage in your academic journey. But your journey as a learner never truly ends. If we have prepared you well in your UB education, you will continue to seek answers about your field throughout your career. And you will continue to seek a deeper understanding of the world throughout your life. On this journey, may you put your precious knowledge to its best use. May you be guided by curiosity, integrity, and a desire to serve the public good. As the courageous South African leader Nelson Mandela once said, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of life we lead." Once again, congratulations, class of 2019, and all the best wishes on the journey ahead.
Thank you, President Tripathi. So today, we send 458 graduates out into the world armed with a top-notch education. And this is part of the program where I try and provide you with some words of wisdom before you officially graduate. I've covered a number of themes over the years in graduation speeches, ranging from the importance of grit and determination, to being a successful giver, to other topics of leadership. President Tripathi just talked about the importance of being a humble leader. Well, there's one theme that I think that's probably more important than anything else, and I'm going to introduce it by way of a quick story. Several years ago, my colleagues and I conducted a research study across a large set of hospitals to identify the types of employees that make the most positive impact on patients' well-being. And you might expect that those who provide patients with direct care, people like doctors and nurses, are the ones who make the greatest impact. And what we actually found was that independent of the level of care provided by an employee, the biggest single predictor of whether patients identified an employee as making a positive difference to them during their hospital stay was the person's sense of purpose. Those who believed that helping patients and making a personal difference in the lives of others made the most positive impact on patients. And that was the results of our statistics. I was interested if we could look at the single individual in that study who made the biggest difference on patients' lives. And out of the hundreds of hospital employees we studied, the individual who was rated as having the biggest positive impact on the well-being of patients, it wasn't a doctor, it wasn't a nurse, in fact, it wasn't a healthcare provider at all. It was a hospital custodial worker named Candace, who worked on the cancer treatment ward. What made Candace unique was that when she came to a patient's room to take out the trash and clean, she would make a point and be able to stop and talk to that patient, get to know them, and often when they're in their deepest, darkest place, she would extend a hand and be able to comfort them in their time of need. She would learn each patient's name and ask if there was anything she could do to help him or her be more comfortable. When we interviewed Candace, because we were curious about how she had such an effect on the patients that she served, she said that she saw her job as a way to be able to make a positive difference in the lives of very sick cancer patients. So you see, Candace had a very clear sense of purpose, and she approached her job and crafted her job in a way that allowed her to fulfill that sense of purpose. And Candace then was able to make a genuine difference in the lives of the cancer patients she had in contact with. And so here's a little bit of an interesting twist to this story about Candace. The family of one of the cancer patients that she served was so touched by her care and compassion that Candace provided to their mother that they donated a 7-figure gift in Candace's name for a new wing to that hospital to provide state-of-the-art cancer treatment. So think about that for a moment and how amazing that is, that the care and compassion provided by a custodial worker inspired a gift that would benefit thousands of cancer patients for years to come. The lesson we learned in studying Candace is about the importance of having a sense of purpose and acting on it. John F. Kennedy once said, "Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction." Purpose is our North Star. It's our compass on our life's journey. Purpose has to come from our heart, it has to be genuine, and of course, authentic. For some of you, your purpose is something you have identified while you've been pursuing your education at UB. Evelyn Quist, who is graduating with her MBA and MD degrees this year, is an example that comes to mind. Evelyn, where are you? I just put her on the spot. She had no idea I was going to just be calling her out. So you see, Evelyn, if I can provide a little bit of background, Evelyn participated in a medical outreach trip to Ghana this past year. Evelyn and other business and medical students worked to provide healthcare services to more than 1,000 patients over a 4-day period in one of the most remote and isolated locations in Ghana, a place called, very appropriately, Hope Island. When she came back, I had the opportunity to be able to meet Evelyn and hear her experience, and she described it as an experience that was life-changing because it made clear to her that by pursuing a career in family medicine, she'd be able to provide the life-saving care to the broadest spectrum of patients. And that, combined with the business acumen acquired in her MBA, has inspired Evelyn with the goal to return to Ghana and build a network of community clinics that will provide health care and education. As members of millennials, as many of you are members of the millennials and Gen Z, you're perhaps the most purpose-driven generations in history. And for that reason, I'm incredibly optimistic that the biggest challenges that we face in society and as a global community at large will be addressed head-on by you. As Mark Twain once wrote, the two most important days in life are the day that you're born and the day you discover the reason why. So my advice to you as you graduate is to discover and commit to your own why. If you do that, I can assure you that you'll achieve remarkable things. Congratulations again, 2019 graduates. Go forward with horns up and make us proud. Thank you. And now I'd like to turn our focus to a particular group of students who are here today. Employers consistently tell us that what stands out the most among stellar managers, beyond intelligence and technical ability, is how they conduct themselves, the way they work with others, and how they respond in crisis, as well as their listening and communication skills and their ability to be able to motivate others. That knowledge led us to develop a program called LeaderCorps, which is a comprehensive certification program that runs the entire length of the MBA program. LeaderCorps participants develop a set of key competencies that are considered vital by the business community for effective performance and successful leadership. With the help of faculty, staff, alumni, and corporate partners who are engaged as coaches and advisors, our LeaderCorps participants work to assess, develop, and demonstrate their skills across a spectrum of key competencies. And so at this time, I'd like to ask our LeaderCorps graduates to stand in recognition. Please join me in congratulating our LeaderCorps graduates. Thank you. You may be seated. And now it's my pleasure to present 6 special awards. And in doing this with me, I will ask Paul Cabral, President of the School of Management Alumni Association, to join me in doing so. The first award, and these award descriptions are described in the brochure that you have, the program, for more detail on each award. The first award is the Charles H. Diefendorf Award in Finance, and this award is presented to Sahil Videra. Congratulations, Sahil. The next award is the Sidney N. Kahn Memorial Award for MBA Student Excellence in Sales and Marketing, and this award is presented to Hemrath Chandara. The Doctors John and Arlen Myers Award, our third award, is presented to the MBA student who demonstrates excellence in marketing. This year's recipient is Pratik Sawapur. Congratulations, Pratik. Our next awards are Student Achievement Awards, which are presented to the students in our Master of Science full-time MBA doctoral program and doctoral programs who demonstrate scholastic excellence and outstanding extracurricular service. This year's recipients are Marco Gangarosa, Briar Baker, and Sahid Ektafari. Our next award, the Dr. Marcel and Mrs. Catherine Vinegar Award to promote global understanding, is presented to Taku Yamamoto. And our last award, the Dr. Jerry and Mrs. Dinah Wind Award to promote international understanding, is presented to Danielle Vasquez. Congratulations, Danielle. At this time, the degrees for our Master of Science, MBA, Professional MBA, Executive MBA, and PhD programs authorized by the trustees of the State University of New York will be conferred. The candidates for degrees will be recommended to President Tripathi. Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Science please rise? President Tripathi, on behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor of recognizing these candidates. They have met all the requirements of the university and are recommended to you by the faculty for the degree of Master of Science.
By the authority of the trustees and the Chancellor of the State University of New York and the Council and the faculty of the University at Buffalo, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Science with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Please be seated. Will candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration please rise? President Tripathi, on behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor of recognizing these candidates. They have met all the requirements of the university and are recommended to you by the faculty for the degree of Master of Business Administration.
By the authority of the trustees and the Chancellor of the State University of New York and the Council and the faculty of the University at Buffalo, I now confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Business Administration with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Students, please be seated. Will Professor Feng Gu please lead the candidates for the degrees of Master of Science and Master of Business Administration onto the stage to receive their certificates of achievement? Professor Christian Chu, Chair of the MBA MS Program Committee, will present the certificates to the Master of Science and full-time MBA degree recipients. Representatives from the Board of Directors of the School of Management Alumni Association will be at the foot of the stairs from the stage to congratulate the new graduates and welcome them to the ranks of the School of Management alumni. Professor Gu and Professor Belkundi will announce the names of the graduates who are present today. Candidates will come to the stage in alphabetical order.
Marco Gangurusa, Michelle Agabo, Cheyenne Ahmad, John Allen, Jacob G. Benson, Andrew C. Berger, Jordan M. Blank, Darren Brott, Jia Yi Chen, Samantha Chen, Celeste Chen, Natalie P. Camo, Matthew J. Conana, Brian Q. Costello, Samantha C. Spackley, Lauren M. Deduro, Mike Q. Dong, Jacob Eckstein, Rachel Feldman, Jeffrey Fraguri, Delaney L. Fitzgibbons, Matthew M. Florin, Doug A. Fauser, Andrew E. Friedman, Lindsay Fritsch, Ramsey Ganu, Aaron Giambra, Dante and Giannino, Omar C. Gooden, Megan E. Gramza, Nicholas B. Gustafson, Max Hakim, Ryan J. Harris, Annalisa P. Horton, Paul S. Horowitz, Maximilian J. Johnson, Saskia Johnson, Matthew King, Gary Liang, Chong Wei Li, Jiawen Li, Li Su Lin, Lu Lin, Ying Lin, Ian Yi Lavarani, Rose F. Lotempia, Christy Ma, Olivia Miller, June Bond Park, Camelia Pachi, Jana P. Pratice, Lauren E. Reichel, Garrett Rubenstein, Kyle Rzinski, Nicholas R. Rzinski, Anna L. Schifferly, Gregory Schlunt, Trevor Shaw, Carly M. Shelton, Jacob D. Silverman, Scott R. Stone, Nora Sue, Olivia M. Walters, Lim A. Westervelt, Yu Zhangxu, Lin Yiyang, Chen Chen Ye, Zhiyin Yi, Helen Yu, Yian Zhao, Daniel Zhen, Kevin Zhong, Lear Zelinsky, Nicholas M. Zubin, Sahir Vadara, Aditya Bhagava, Akshay Bhagava, Chusha Bhatt, Sunal Deepak Bachadani, Si Chen, Samkit Anjan Tanki, Prachi Goya, Sakshi Hararamani, Ayush Jajo, Raksha Kaman Shawaran, Tanmay C. Kate, Sindhu Bharati Kachupudi, Zhong Jia Liu, Kurumi A. Louis Charles, Yang Chiu Ma, Kuno Mata, Varun Mishra, Sadish R. Naik, Harini Palanisamy, Brandon Saw, Nazneen Shakir, Daniel C. Sorowas, Jin Yu Sun, Kartik Tanaja, Maharsh Thakur, Nadi A. Vias, Hao Fan Wu, Yu Jie Xie. I would now like to call Associate Professor Prasad Bakandi to continue announcing the candidates for degree.
The following individuals have completed the Masters of Science in Management Information Systems program. Apurva Agarwal, Sheetal Agarwal, Saksham M. Agarwal, Anchal Ahuja, Amrit Anand, Varsha Meena Anandani, Adhit S. Atre, Tejashri Suresh Aikar, Sahil Badhan, Vrinda D. Bagdi, Rupam Anup A. Banerjee, Zoibullah B. Bangalore Sanaula, Freya Barua, Anuja V. Bhadkamkar, Deepika Bhagwani, Pooja Shri Bhatt, Sahil Bhatt, Sakshi Bhushan, Binayak Bishwas, Alexander A. Bitar. Alexander is the 2018-2019 President of the UB Information Systems Audit and Control Association. Mauli Bolini, Theophilus Chandrasekharan, Sumant Damarla, Sarang R. Dani, Sushant Das, Shashwata Soumya Dash, Nidhishant Dikshit, Gaurav Dwivedi, Pooja Eklavya, Ankita Gadia Kanojia, Pawan Gangishetty, Ashish Garg, Rohan R. Garg, Gaurav, Ganesh Gavde, Sakshi Geda, Rahul Gosai, Ashima Gupta, Ruchit Gupta, Vedang S. Gupta, Abhirami Harihara, Justin Hollins, Minnie Jain, Piyush P. Jain, Roshan Jain, Sanjana Sakshi Kadapa, Upendra S. Karki, Sitara Karunakaran, Nalin Khandelwal, Advitiya Kumar, Anand Kumar, Vikash Kumar, Neeraj V. Kundar, Minnie Lau, Namita Limje, Shweta Luthra, Asad Ali Malik, Shubham A. Mandlekar, Mudra Mohanty, Ryan J. Mulligan, Srinivas Prakash Nayak, Nitin P. Naikwade, Himanshu Namdev, Vamshi Krishna Narayana, Kratika Nayak, Shanmukha Priya Niyashadam, Kritika C. Pai, Pallavi, Barsha Pandey, Shashank Pandita, Amit Parmar, Sai Gana Jayavant Pasupileti, Kunal S. Pawar, Anusha Pillai, Madhushri Prabhakar, Kirti Prasad, Swati Priyadarshini, Ritika Rai, Vatsala Rajavanshi, Arun Ranganathan, Guhu Ranita, Ankitesh S. Rao, Pooja Ravichandra, Ajay Rangarajan, Sajid Sadman, Siddharth J. Salot, Abhyuday Sharma, Aditya Sharma, Avnish Sharma, Shashank Shekhar, Disha S. Shetty, Anupriya Srivastava, Deepti Shukla, Ambuj Singh, Deepika Singh, Pooja Singhal, Mohit Sinha, Pavas Soni, Vishnu Srinath, Mukunta Rajan Subburayan, Akshaya Sudarshanam Kasturi Rangarajan, Gagan Suneja, Satya S. Sunkavalli, Disha Suyogi, Deepti Tadla, Nidhi Tembhurnikar, Love Verma, Pratik Wahi, Kan Lara Wang, Raksha D. Watt, Srinath Yamalakonda, Yifan Zhao, David Zhou. The following individuals have completed the school's full-time MBA program. Briar Baker. Briar is the 2018-2019 president of the UB MBA Consulting Club. Himawant Chandra. Pratik Solapur. Daniel C. Vasquez. Taku Yamamoto. Saharsh H. Atra. Yusuf Aziz. Patrick J. Beaver. Steve Boyle. Valerie G. Cardello. Shamsher S. Chima. Komal N. Chudgar. Thomas Bracken Coyne. Vincent D. Koning. Cassandra J. Dries. Maureen Eraku. Molly Fogarty. Samantha Frank. Lauren Fulkerson. Emily Gotts. Gregory S. Gaglione. Eric M. Gone. Alex B. Goldberg. Edward A. Heroff. David Holt. Jordan M. Hosmer. Jesse J. Ainarelli. Sumaita Kabir. Raj Vignesh Kalarajam. Aditya Dinesh Kashyap. Michael R. Kleinfelder. Christopher M. Klimek. David M. Kubiak. David is the 2018-2019 president of the Veterans Business Association. Lakshmi Kubihar. Thomas J. Langan. Kevin Laurie, C. Yi Lee, Rachel K. Loshur, Matthew F. Malvisi, Masatoshi Matsutani, Neelanjana Majumdar, Kapil Mevra, Ankit A. Mishra, Gina A. Nazca. Gina is the 2018-2019 president of the University at Buffalo Supply Chain and Operations Management Club. She's also the president of the Graduate Giving Council. Lynn Nguyen, Stephen M. Payden, Vipul Vijay Anand Pandit, Jonathan A. Percy. Jonathan is the 2018-2019 president of the Graduate Management Association. Nathan C. Piazzi, Joseph M. Pierre, Darren C. Pope, Kelly Margaret Quinn, Evelyn Quist, Priyadarshini Rath, Amrendra Reddy Sagila, Eileen D. Sandoval, Rachel L. Shogar, Nicholas G. Shulumaro. Nicholas is the 2018-2019 president of the Alpha Kappa Psi. Donald Singh, Alexander J. Sisti, Sarah Snyder, Ethan Sokolowski, Crow President Graduate Giving Council, Schneider R. Taylor, Ryan P. Wassler, Lauren L. Weiss, Jingwei Zhang, E. Wing Zhou, Haramba Karthik Balasubramanian, Lauren Wardinsky, Owen Ortiolakani, Sydney Sands, William Zacher, Cody Cunningham, Alok Bedamutha, Apurva Agarwal, Aditya Palinikar, Morgan Sansbury, this now concludes the full-time MBA graduates. I now ask Professor Charles Lindsay III, the Faculty Director of the Part-Time and Executive MBA programs, to present the certificates of completion to the students. The following individuals have completed the Professional MBA program. Brandon T. Altman Cosgrove, Quran A. Barnes, Jack P. Barrick, Paul D. Chudzik. Amanda M. Clark. Thomas Dean. Michael J. Jurjicek. Samuel P. Eckert. Josiah D. Evans. Kimberly J. Green. Jason D. Gundlock. I'm good. Tyler S. Hamill. Rachel Ann Haslinger. Stephen Heist. Alex B. Hubbard. Victoria E. Ingracia. Stephen E. Johnson. Christian Connelly. Ian T. Cross. Nicholas C. Kruter. Pasquale J. Lame. Anthony Liberati. Jeremy O. Lumbanraja. Kevin J. Manny. Paul D. Marzek. Maria Rose Y. McCarthy. Tess Morrissey. Kyle E. Mulcahy. Nicole T. Murphy. George M. Nicola. Jacob Ottinger. Brian W. Peterson. Christina Purkari. Christine N. Prue. Lydia R. Cabral. Marcine D. Robinson. Stephen S. Russell. Benjamin Allen Sad. Elizabeth Sanders. Scott D. Schuler. Daniel Snitzer. Kelsey G. Trotwine. Daniel J. Ulrich. Wilfred Valerio. William M. Vogel. Matthew L. Walker. Kyle M. Weiss. Nicole M. Wilkinson. Benjamin W. Wilson. Yan Jai. The following individuals have completed the Executive MBA program. Kelly M. Ruffner. Christy D. Schumann. Matthew J. Sonriga. Anna K. Foster. John V. Kinitas. Caroline B. Newhouse. Denise A. Pikuzinski. Rohit Sarvanan. Sanjeev Bhandari. Christine E. Marino. Corey W. Mosgala. Julie Stutz. Aguillo Teixeira de Souza. Andrew Connell. Mubashir Muhammad. Daniel I. Rosario. Andrew J. Stutz. Brian A. Turton. Carly Jean Hill. Virginia L. Matarese. Chris Schifarelli. Masanari Tamura. Frank Torcello.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Management please rise? President Tripathi, on behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor of recognizing these candidates. They have met all the requirements of the university and are recommended to you by the faculty for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
By the authority of the trustees and the Chancellor of the State University of New York and the Council and the faculty of University at Buffalo, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Professor Arun Lakshmana, Chair of the PhD Program Committee, will cite the field of concentration, name of the major advisor, and future institutional affiliation of the degree recipients of Doctor of Philosophy. Senior Associate Dean Brian Becker, with assistance from each student's advisor, will hood all degree recipients.
The following students in being awarded this degree have demonstrated not only their ability to assimilate current state-of-the-art research in their respective fields, but also their ability to push those frontiers and create new knowledge. My warmest congratulations to you all. I now call upon our 2019 wise ones. Monmon Wong, Major Advisor, Dr. In Ho Suk, Field of Concentration, Accounting, dissertation title, Equity Risk Incentives and Voluntary Disclosures. Postgraduate employment, Assistant Professor in Accounting, University of North Carolina at Greensboro. Yan Zhao, Major Advisor, Dr. Inho Suk, Field of Concentration, Accounting. Dissertation title, Cost Uncertainty and Management Sales Forecasts. Postgraduate employment, Assistant Professor at Texas A&M International University. Saeedi Iftikhari, Major Advisor, Dr. Ramaswamy Ramesh, Field of Concentration, Management Science and Systems. Dissertation title, Health Information Exchanges, Impact on Healthcare Costs, Referral Networks, and Induced Utility in Referral Processes. Postgraduate employment, Tenure Track Assistant Professor, Freeman School of Business, Tulane University. Shuai Yuan. Major Advisors, Dr. Sanjukta Das Smith and Dr. Ramaswamy Ramesh. Field of Concentration, Management Science and Systems. Dissertation title, 3 essays on SLA management in the availability aware cloud. Postgraduate employment, Assistant Professor, Brock University. Katie Badura, Major Advisor, Dr. Emily Grijalva. Katie will be hooded by Dr. James Lemoyne. Field of Concentration, Organization and Human Resources. Dissertation title, How Narcissistic Leaders Draw Fault Lines in the Sand, examining when and why narcissistic leaders are detrimental to teams. Postgraduate employment, Assistant Professor of Organizational Behavior at Georgia Tech. Hamed Gharemani, Major Advisor, Dr. James Lemoyne. Field of Concentration, Organization and Human Resources. Dissertation title, Being Amoral and Working with an Amoral Boss, the Impact of Moral Identity Congruence on Employee Cognition and Behavior. Postgraduate employment, Assistant Professor at the University of New Orleans.
So we have one final order of business. Graduates, please rise. And please move your tassels from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the class of 2019. Congratulations. So graduates, please remain standing. And ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able and join vocalist Wes Richter in singing our alma mater. We'll sing verse 1. The lyrics can be found in the printed program on page 18, if you haven't memorized them by heart already.
The pride and the spirit of tradition, our alma mater's truth and name declare. Celebrate our history and wisdom. Now let us all prepare to sing her glory. To Buffalo, all hail to thee. Noble and strong, it's our university. To blue and white, pledge loyalty, singing I will always remember thee.
Please be seated and remain seated for the recessional. Professor Ehrlich will now close the ceremony. Professor Ehrlich?
Thank you. I now declare this 2019 commencement of the University at Buffalo to be officially concluded.